second.
Yeah. Now, you should not touch this, okay? So when you're ready, fall and go, but stay underneath this. Good, perfect. Now you step on the plate, right? Okay, go ahead, do it again. Good. Good. How's the arm feel? How's the grip on that throw? Did you get it? Yeah. Don't put your fingers too close together, because then you're going to be throwing it like almost like a slider sometimes. Or it's going to slide out the other side and it's going to tail this way. Okay? Get your grip, get your fingers wide. Yeah, get your fingers wide when you throw that ball. Good. A lot more on it. Perfect. Now again, when do we fall? Like, it's not going to be, I think what happens is when you get out there with your coaches, maybe you overdo it. Maybe you've overdone it at some point, right? Maybe you got to the point one time or twice where they saw you and you fell like way before you caught it and you were like this one time. We can't do that, right? I mean, that's way too far, because you go too early and you got to deal with maybe getting hit with the bat, then you got to deal with being way too far out, trying to catch back up with your hands. See, if your foot lands too early and you haven't caught the ball yet, then all of a sudden your feet are ready to throw, and no matter how quick your transfer is, we're not going to be ready with our top half. So now we're not in sync. Depending on the speed of the pitch, like, it probably a big difference between when your brother's pitching with his speed and maybe your number 3 or 4 guy with their speed, right? If it's the difference between 83 and 73 is going to be probably a couple feet of distance as far as when you're going to fall. When your brother throws, it's going to be a little bit farther out when you start your fall, because the ball's coming a lot harder, right? But the fall should be, very simply, like you did on that the one in between innings, right? Where, you know, the ball probably is about here, right? Right in front of the plate, and you just start to let yourself go, right? It's not a step. I've told you this a million times. I don't want you to step with your right foot. I want you to just fall over. You're going to catch, and then everything's going to go, all right? You're most likely going to be straddling the plate. I don't want a big monster step. That's the whole reason. When you talk about stepping on the plate, the only reason that would happen is if you're thinking about stepping or jumping that way. I want this foot to be like a what? Do you remember what I told you, the word? I want this foot to catch, right? We're catching ourselves with this foot. I fall, I catch it, boom. And now it's as quick as you could possibly be, because your momentum makes it be, right? Okay? So when we fall, like I said, depending on the speed, anywhere from 3 to 8 feet. All right, anywhere from 3 to 8 feet before it gets to you is when we're gonna fall. If somebody's throwing 91, then it's probably gonna be closer to 8 feet, right? If somebody's throwing 71, it's gonna be closer to 3 feet, right? So 72 mile an hour pitcher, ball's probably gonna be all the way here before you fall, because it's a lot slower, right? So you have time to still get out here. But remember this: we're not landing the foot as we catch it or before we catch it. We're falling. So it's going to be a catch foot is what it should be like. So it's going to be a fall, catch, foot. So you're catching the ball as you fall, right? But then you're stepping right after that, because as you land this right foot, see, I catch it, bam. As I land this right foot, that's when I should be bringing my transfer, right? So now as I get my transfer and I get it back cocked, that's when I land my left. And then as soon as my left foot lands, my arm comes, I throw the ball. It's all in sync. It's all quick. Now, some throws, you're not going to be able to get out as much. Some pitches, you're not able to be fire out as much, right? Sometimes they're going to fake bunt. You have to stay back a little bit more. Those are all, things that you have to understand happens within the flow of a game. But perfect scenario, perfect timing, perfect throw is going to have you catch, step, boom, throw, ball comes out. There's no wasted movement whatsoever. And you can't get rid of the ball any quicker. And remember why we do this, right? And like I said, 17 catchers that play college baseball right now that I have. Every one of them, same footwork, every one of them, same thing. Every one for the same reason, right? You got more momentum. You got less distance. You got more on the throw. Period. And we'll go over this one more time just so, instead if Coach has any questions that he didn't ask me or anything else. A lot of people's biggest concern with the fall is what? Get hit with the bat. That's what I hear all the time. Oh, you're going to hit the bat, going to hit you. Like I said, I've been doing this for, God, I guess it's going on 7 years now. And I got 17 catchers in college baseball. I got another 5 that have committed. I've never had one of them get hit with a baseball bat. And the reason is what? Do you remember what I told you? All right, very simple, okay? We're falling, what did I tell you, 3 to 8 feet, right? Okay. Let's say the pitch is, let's say it's somebody that's throwing hard. Let's say the pitch is here when you start your fall, right? I'm the hitter, right? Ball's there. And I haven't started my swing yet. I'm not swinging. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there is no chance that I'm swinging that bat. So in reality, what it should be, and if you watch big leaguers, you see it a lot, you should be coming behind the bat. If it's a swing and miss, your body should be coming almost, maybe not right behind the bat, but maybe the bat's here and here you come. You feel what I'm saying? But there's no way you're going to be falling before the swing. Nobody's swinging at this pitch when it gets here. I don't care how fast that guy's throwing. A guy can be throwing 100. They ain't swinging that late. You know what I mean? If they haven't started their swing by the time you start your fall, they're not swinging. And if they are swinging, then their bat's, at the very least, their bat's going to be like here. And that's if they get really beat, right? But see, even if their bat's here, where are you at? Get your stance. And this ain't even, this is a lot longer than a bat. But get where you're at. Even if their bat's here and you start your fall, where are you going to be coming? You're going to be coming right behind the bat. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not going to be an issue where you have to worry about getting hit with the bat. That ain't going to happen. Like I said, I've never, ever had a kid hit with a baseball bat. Now, I have had a kid get hit with a baseball bat on the backswing, but you can't do anything about that. And that's just bad luck. But it ain't got nothing to do with them swinging, as we go. It should be understood as a catcher. Because if you're that far back, curveballs, especially low ones, break out of zone. Like they're going to hit the dirt. Might have been a stroke. Might have come through around the knees. But because you're back there, that ball ends up hitting right here. Whereas you could have caught it right there. Right? Now, I will tell you, the only time I've seen catchers get catch interference calls is when they reach. And you should know better than to reach. Now, every once in a while, okay, really, really, really terrible hitter maybe goes back. If that happens, it's possible. But as you go up and play better teams, and especially in the college and stuff, you'll never see that. There's not a college hitter in America that swings backwards. Now, there are some terrible high schools, and there's some terrible high school hitters. So there may be a high school hitter that does this. If they do that and just take a really bad swing and you get a catch interference, learn your lesson. Like, if that happens, then you say, okay, this team must be terrible. This hitter especially must not be very good. So on him, I'm going to have to back up a little bit because he has one of those long swings that take me back. But normal hitters, 95% of every hitter you're going to see in high school even, doesn't go back with their swing. All right? But if they do, then you judge accordingly. If you see somebody with a really terrible swing about to get up there, then maybe you sit back a little bit more because maybe you don't even have to worry about a curveball at that point. Does that make sense? Okay, let's work on this. Let's work on this fall and this execution. Okay? So we can explode. Like, I know you've been in between, like, falling and not falling, but understand the fall, the reasoning behind the fall, the reasoning behind the execution of it is so that we can explode out. Do you understand? So don't get hesitant. All right, explode out. Don't go too early, but explode when you do go. All right, that time you kind of just barely win. If you're still a little hesitant, take off. All right. Now, how often are we going to catch the ball with both hands? think we should probably not do that in this drill? Okay. Do it again. Where does the right hand, because this is again on all those videos that I saw Mom show me, the one thing I told you on all of them, the transfer's not great, right? Because you're doing like you just did right there. You're taking it down here by your hip, right? When you're falling and you're taking your arm to the ball, where should your right arm be going? Yeah, let's do it. That was much better. Good. Fall into it. All right?
Doesn't matter when I get.
Nope. Nice. Hey, safe. Know what you hit the corner of the bag that time?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Now you gonna do on this one? Yeah. Nice. That's okay. That's all right. You didn't get the grip. That's cool. The footwork's the issue with this anyway. You ready? Good. How's your arm feel?
Yeah.
This is about. Nice. Can I see that? That's going to take more time too. And don't ever bring the hand or the right arm forward. The body comes forward, nothing else comes forward. The glove, like I tell my catchers all the time, try to catch it as far back as you can. Because that's going to make the transfer a lot easier. And the world, it's a numbers world. It's going to make your pop time a lot lower. The more you catch it out, the slower your pop time is going to be because it's going to take time to bring it back where the ball was already coming. So you fall, but you catch it back, and then get it to there. Your hand stays back. If your glove and your hand go, it's going to slow everything down. All right? That's just the plain and simple truth of it. Okay? All right. All right. That looks a lot better. Looks a lot better. Do it again. Throw there.
Huh?
Nothing, it's on your brother. Good. You come up. Remember, try to fall forward, not up. How's the arm? Sure? That looks good. Good, hard, solid throw. See how straight it is? Now do you see how they're not going down and bouncing? Straight, 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 straight. Again, a lot of the that looks good, man. Dropped your glove though. Let me ask you this question.
Drop my glove for what?
Did that throw go this way? It did. Did I ever look back there? How did I know it went like that? Dropped your glove. Remember how important that is. You get it to here, you come out, you get it back to here. If you do, it's just like a pitcher on the mound, man. It's just like your brother. Your brother gets out there, throws a pitch, and does this. There goes the arm. I mean, that's plain and simple. That's why you don't see pitchers do this. You know what I mean? Someone brings it to their hips, someone brings it to their belly button, someone brings it to their chest. But they're all bringing it back to their body. All of them. Catcher, same thing. You got to bring the glove back to your body. That's what keeps you in sync, keeps you straight. Okay? It basically, the glove hand keeps your arm on target. And as soon as you lose the glove hand, what happens is your arm, your right arm, your throwing arm, gets to do whatever it wants at that point. And generally, it's not a good thing. Every once in a while, if it does whatever it wants, it'll still go where it needs to go. But it's few and far between. What it does is it brings in a lot of really bad throws. You understand? All right, get your back. That needs to happen. Like I said, different pitchers, different speeds, different times, but somewhere around the point, depending on the speed, okay, He comes set. When he separates, that's when you should start rocking. So basically, as he separates, you start rocking back. As he pretty much, most likely, as he lands his foot, that's when you should be landing your foot for the first time. And then he throws the pitch, right? Then you see the pitch. You determine what pitch it is, where you want to go with it, and then you proceed to do it. You know what I mean? But it cannot be. That's just not. Think about all the big leaguers you see low. Think about all the big leaguers that you see with the leg kick, right? I got 5 or 6 guys with leg kick. I got one freshman at some little school over here in Evanston County. Got 3 home runs with a big leg kick. He goes like this. He's way up here.
I saw that
but
video.
Think about the leg kick. If you try to pick this leg up when he's throwing the ball, what's it gonna look like? What would a big leaguer look like? They'd be all over the place. Think of how early Bryce Harper and those guys pick this leg up so that they can boom. They don't pick that leg up as the ball's in the air. They pick the leg up before the pitcher ever lets go of the ball. That's part of their time. It's part of their rhythm. That needs to happen at the same time. You understand? That's what I saw with the swing. That was the most glaring thing I saw with the swing. Go right now. There you go. Learn how to hold it. Anticipate. Not only that, you know the whole reason we do the load and everything else is turning that potential energy into kinetic energy. It's like that physics talk we had. It's like that roller coaster, right? Roller coaster goes up real slow and then it drops you down real fast. The going back part should be slow and controlled. The going to the ball part is the part that should be explosive and chaotic. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. They shouldn't both be explosive. Now, good. Now get that back shoulder down. Now, good. Think of how often in here with me you get the barrel out. All the time, right? And I watch those videos of you swing, and it's like, okay, he was late. Next one, okay, he got beat. Next one, oh, got jammed. Like, you're a really good hitter. But it's like I tell people all the time, it doesn't matter how perfect your swing is. It doesn't matter how great your swing is. If you don't take it until the ball gets here, you're not going to hit. You take the perfect swing, the best swing in the world. If you don't take the swing until the ball gets behind you, you're not going to hit it. Same thing if you don't take the swing if you take the swing an hour too early. It's not going to matter how good it is, you're not going to hit the ball. It's about timing. It's about when do you take that swing. You got a beautiful swing, you just got to take it at the right time. Now, good. Good. Who's in y'all district?